Okay, guys, so just earlier when I was recording that dream kind of episode, I realized, it's been a while since I've recorded a My Queer Dreams episode. So I'm gonna see if I can find one. I'm trying to set up I have this mount for, what do you call it? It hooks on your air conditioner. Like a phone mount. So that I don't have to be like on my phone. But I'm moving it to the other side where I want it. Moving it to the other air conditioner side. These things, it's kind of flimsy. This thing that I have is pretty flimsy, but I'm using it anyways. Yeah, I don't know. I've got to find an episode. I might just record about some just random dreams. I don't know. Is it weird to share your dreams? I feel like my dreams are kind of weird, but they're not like that out of the ordinary, I don't think. I mean, maybe they are. Like, they're pretty realistic, but there's stuff that maybe doesn't happen in my real life. Things that are maybe not very likely to happen. And there's a lot of shape-shifting, like, if that's what you want to call it, where people, like, sometimes I know somebody is somebody that I actually know, but the way they look in the dream is not that person. It could be like a black female, and then in the dream it's like a blonde man. It's like, but I know who it is in the dream or something. Like, maybe in my dream it's my sister, but in my dream she's like a blonde man. It's like, that doesn't make any sense. But I don't know. In dream world, maybe it makes sense. Who knows? But it's kind of funny. So yeah, that's probably what I would record. Like, if I have any dreams like that. But yeah, it's mostly just like, I don't know, like, my dreams are just kind of going around doing stuff, just kind of casually getting around here and there with no I don't know, there's nothing like fancy about it. So yeah, it's just kind of something. I'll see if I can find some stuff that is worth recording. Maybe I would just not read it first and just record, because then, I mean, I could still choose not to post. But if I don't do it that way, I feel like I would probably read them and like screen. I don't think there's a way to make my dreams look better. Like, I don't think there's anything in there that's like that. Like, there's some that are probably like personal that I don't really want to share with anybody, but I would say that most of them, the ones that I would be willing to share, I don't think there's anything like scandalous or like weird, like nothing in there that I would be like appalled at or anything. So I don't really know, but we'll see what I find. I gotta search around. Alright, guys, Tomboy Official, shout out from LA. Hope I got a turn. I'm driving, so I went after work. It took me 40 minutes to get to the dispensary, but I got more hybrid edibles and a half gram gram of, what is this? It's still in the package. It's a hybrid, half gram cartridge. The strain is called Sour Stomper. So I'll be sampling that tonight, or I don't know when. It's gonna be a weekend of creativity. This week has been, oh man, I think I recorded a little bit by this point, but maybe haven't fully posted. I am really needing to get on a schedule here. Because I work from home, it's so easy to just kind of get up and get rolling. So it's not that easy for me to just, it's easy for me to get up. Well, it's hard for me to get up, but it's easy for me to sleep in or lay in a little while until my alarm, which I have my first alarm for 8 o'clock, my second alarm for 8:30, and my mom has been waking up ridiculously early. Wednesday, she's up early. Thursday, she was up early. I don't know why. This morning, I woke up around, what time was it? What was the freaking time? It was morning time. It was, I want to say it was like almost 5. It was like 4:45 a.m. or so. And I noticed the kitchen light was still on. And there's a light that we keep on inside, but by the front door. So that, the light kind of shines out, but it's not the outdoor light, the outside light. It's an inside light, but you can kind of see it through the door. And we just don't like our house being completely dark all night. And so we keep that on. That's always on, but the kitchen light isn't on unless my mom's doing, like, I don't know what she does. She does all kinds of things. Puzzles mostly. She makes YouTube videos. She's doing some crafts lately. She does gardening and crafting videos about composting and all kinds of interesting things she's doing. I honestly can't fully keep up because I've got a bit of a creative mother. So I really don't know exactly what she is fully up to, but I think it was Wednesday I found out that one of my patients had passed away. The day before that, I already know Monday was a wreck. It was just the first half of the day was so slow. I don't know why I had so much trouble getting it together, but by Tuesday was a good day, better, a little more, I like days when there's like a good balance, like, you don't have to struggle for the breaks, nothing's ringing off the hook, nobody's calling you like last second, but, things are kind of moving, but at a good pace, and it's a productive time. I mean, Monday I should have had more. I had a lot to do. I just don't know why. It was such a slow day, and then Wednesday I ended up missing my meeting. That was an in-person meeting where I had to drive to the valley, but I don't know. I missed the mark on that one, but at least I didn't get in trouble. They're patient with me. And then I had something they sent me on Wednesday, like right last minute. So I started working on it on Wednesday. And that's when I found out that patient was deceased, that he had passed away on Tuesday. that's when I had found that out. And so, yeah, it's been a rough bit of a week. And then today I found out a second patient had passed away on May 27th. So I'm getting a feel for what this job has in store for me. These are the parts that I don't like, obviously. Like, there's no way you can possibly like that part. But yeah, unfortunately, that kind of stuff comes with the territory. It's not about me. I tried to check in with the families. One answered, the other didn't, I don't think, unless they left me a voicemail. But other than that, one answered, but otherwise I haven't heard. I don't know if I'll hear back from the other person. And then today was the day to close out their case. So I don't really know what more to say about that. Like, it's just kind of that's kind of how it's unfortunate. It's part of the job. I'm not used to this with this population. I was kind of wondering, because I've got patients in their late 90s, 93, 100 and 101. Like, people born in like the 1920s and 1930s. I called the doctor's office today, and I got so used to saying like 1930 whatever. There was somebody whose birthday, I think they were younger, and their birthday was like 1994, and I accidentally said 1934, and they're like, oh, because they're like trying to verify, and they probably have the same information in front of them. But yeah, I was like, wait, no, I mean 1994. It's like I got so used to saying like 1934 and all these like old dates. But I think the goal is be there for them. That's the whole goal. If they don't mind us calling and they decide to pick up the phone, then we be there for them. And we, I always want to do my best so that, it's not about me, but honestly, I hate, as a person who works in these types of jobs, I never want to have a situation where it's like I dropped the ball, where it's like I was too tired, I was too foggy, I was too hazy, I was too unorganized, and it was on me. Like, they were calling and or needed something from me, or needed transportation and missed an appointment, and I didn't really help them with it or whatever. I don't want to be that, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be, negligent. And I take good documentation, and so even if people are like, oh, they don't want me to check in, and I say what day I'm gonna call, even if they said they were gonna decline or whatever, I'll put that kind of thing. And so it's like, at least it's in there, and like, yeah, maybe I didn't check in 3 weeks, but they said don't call, and I said I would call, and even if they don't want me to, kind of thing, and they can just ignore my calls or whatever. But I try to do as much as I can on my end. I don't feel like any of this was anybody's fault. Medical, there's nothing I could have done medically. These people were going into doctors, keeping their appointments, doing what they needed to do, and that's, what I'm following up with is, are they doing what they need to do? Do you need help to do what you need to do? If they don't need help, then they don't need help, but it's still my job to follow up and see where they are in the process. Or even if they don't want help, but they do need help, it's up to me to just kind of stay on top of it, Is it difficult? Not even talking about the recently deceased unfortunate people of our community, but, I don't know if they're LGBT people, but of our community in LA here. I don't really know. I don't, I can honestly say, since I don't know the process with this job, I was kind of worried, honestly, what they would say, what the higher ups would say, management. And so on the first meeting, on the first, the first person that I found that had the issue, I basically was like, okay, let me not like alert them right away because I'm not even done with this report and I'm submitting it Friday, so I'll just tell them. I was gonna tell them yesterday, and I sat on it all day yesterday, but then I thought about it and I'm like, there's nothing any of us can do. So I just kind of, today when I finally finished the whole entire document of like 30, I think it was like 30 something patients, and I have like 48 or 40, I don't know, I have to check because I just enrolled, like I finished the assessments for the 3 enrollments that were yesterday. I finished 2 in the morning and 1 right before I logged off, and then I enrolled 3 people today, or 3 or 4 people today, and I haven't finished their assessment, so that'll be first thing Monday. So I already have like 7 brand new people just within the past couple of days, and it's a lot of loading up the caseloads and then offloading the caseloads. I'm behind on the 30-day offloading because this assignment got in my way for like pretty much 2 whole days, or half of 2 days. I think I started working on this at, let's call it right before lunch. It was like, let's call it 11:30, 11:45, and I finished at like 4:25 or 4:20, something like that. 4:25, 4:26, something like that. So, and I did not finish everything I needed to do today because of that. So I'm still playing catch up, but I think that is out of the way now, and the next thing I need to do is just catch up. And I don't really want to be on here talking about work all the time, but it's the weekend now. I got a nice creative spark. Today was my least creative day. I woke up and that's the only thing I wanted to do was be creative, and I was like, but I gotta sit through work for 8.5 hours. I think I mentioned that I found out I don't get paid holidays. I don't get paid holidays. My benefits need to start soon. They can start as soon as like June 28th or August 1st. It just depends what I pick. I was gonna pick this week, but then I decided not to fully choose for a weird reason, because I've got this therapist that only takes the insurance I have right now, and I didn't want to cancel my therapy sessions yet because it was I want to continue where we left off, and I also don't want to pay out of pocket. So had some water there, but I intend to have a good weekend. I'm already thinking of the things I'm gonna do creatively. I looked at my computer like a couple times this week after work, like twice. Didn't upload things. Saturday I was like, let me make that my upload schedule, but it's like, if I'm not in the mood to do it, I'm not going to do it. And then last Saturday I was at Pride, so I didn't really do too much last weekend. I think I recorded last weekend though, at least. Like I mentioned too, I'm probably not going to record on here every day. I'm driving right now. Like I mentioned, I went to the dispensary. I'm still in the in and out line, so it's like, what else am I gonna do? Either record or listen to music and sing along, but I'd rather record while I don't have my headphones, so once I get through this line, I gotta cut the recording off. But I'm getting food for me and my mom, and I'm gonna eat it. And my appetite was low today. I think maybe it's anxiety. I don't know though. It might be anxiety. It might be the caffeine. It might be because some caffeine kind of makes you have less of an appetite. Some beverages and things do. So that might be what it is. It might be maybe I'm not sleeping as well. I really hope it's nothing. Alright. But yeah, I've got some podcasting to do, some music to work on. I'm looking forward to this weekend. It's going to be a good time, and you guys will hear about it. Got some plans to go up to WeHo next weekend. I'll try and post the Pride stuff